Okay, good morning. Okay, let's see how I'm going to start this off, and if it's in any order at all, I'm not a writer. I'm just one who finds the clues. We're going to go over to horse racing. We're going to do thoroughbreds, and we're going to do standardbreds. One is on a sulky, the other one is on a small saddle with small people. Number one, horse number one, thoroughbreds. They wear red. Horse number one, standardbreds. They wear red. The one on roulette is red, and the one means spirit. Therefore, it can't be any other color or any other mix of numbers. The number two is blue. The number two on the standardbred is white. Okay? Thus, we go blue 2, white 3, 23 means light. Then we get to the 3 horse. The 3 horse wears white and white and same thing, white and blue. Therefore, we get 23 again. Therefore, it means light. It's the double of you, or in French, double V. Then we get to the 4 horse. In one races, it's 4. In the other races, it's 6. 4 is for angels. 6 is for man. Yellow is the color, and yellow is for the when they go up like this into heaven, they cross over, they reunite. They start off as 5 and 7 down here, and when they go up to heaven, they end up together. It's like a Y. Okay? Also 4 and 6 is Zion, and that's exactly what you need to get into heaven. Then we go to the 5 horse, and the 5 in roulette is red, and the 5 is black in one race, and it is 6 in the other race. And 6 and 5 together is angel spirit and man. And together you've got 11, which is the K, which is the king, which will be the Messiah on the earth, or it'll be the 11th card, the Jack. So the 11 would be 11, 11, 5, and 6, and that's angel and man. We go to the 7 horse. The 7 horse is orange. There is no other orange, and there is no other God. Therefore, 7 stands alone. Now, in the other kind of racing, okay, we have 7 as pink, and we have 8 as gray in standardbred, and 7 and 8, okay, is God of the heavens. Okay, now we get the 8 gray horse in thoroughbreds, and it stands, the word gray equals to 55, G-E-G-R-E-Y, 55, angel spirit of angel spirit. Freedom 55, 8 is heaven, therefore they go together. Now we have the 9 horse, is in baby blue, and the 9 months of birth brings on a baby. Now in the excuse me, in the other kind of racing, we have the 9 is purple. Purple, if you add it up, becomes 88. Heaven on earth, and heaven where God is. So we have the 88 that stands together. You have the 88 of the piano. You have 88 as the octagon universe we live in, 8 points of 8 flats. You have 88 in the cards. There's 91, but if you remove the 3 birds, okay, because it's the 9 horse, so you remove the 3 birds from the 91 points in the cards, and you have 88 again. Therefore, I'm going to go on to the next page. Excuse me. What I'm looking for is the road to 40. The road to 40 happens to be Moses walked for 40 days and 40 nights. I already went over this. We have the Mayan short count of 5125. Now, what we do in the 5125 is we separate it, because 5 is angel spirit, 1 is the spirit, so that's in the heavens. Then we have 25, which is 1/4 of the suits, of whom man is. He's 1 heart of 4 other suits. And the angel spirit he works with is the 1 club of 4 other suits. Therefore, we have 5125. Okay? If we reverse it to 1525, because he comes down to earth, we get 15 and 25 is 40. 15 is universe, and 2 and 5 is 7, and that's the angel spirit of man. Anyways, 5125 is once you cross through the exo board. I'm going to try and show you a little exo board. I got my camera gone. You see the 5 in the center? Well, we have to cross over that 5 3 times. So we multiply 5 by 5 by 5 equals 125. From the short count of the Mayans of 5125, we end up with 5,000 years. Now we take the 125 that we minus, and now we divide it by the 5,000, we end up with 40. Now we go to the long count of the Mayans, which is 25,625. 25,625. And the reflection of this is the first 25, which is on one side, happens to be the 1/4 of the 4 suits of the spirit that lives in man. Well, it's the club suit that I chose to do because I know it is. And then you have the 6 of the 625, which is the 6 of man, and the 25 is the other suit, the heart suit of who he is, so you have the 25,625. Now what we do with this, okay, is because we cross the center of the tic-tac-toe star key, star key, star key, star key, okay, that would make the 4 passages through the center of 5, which would be 5 times 5 times 5 times 5 equals 625. Now we minus the 625 from the 25,625, and we end up with 25,000, the number of years of the Mayan long count. Now we take the same 625 we just minus and remove it. Oh, we removed it already, I'm sorry. We end up with 25,000 now. Now divide it by the 25,000 years. Again, we end up with 40. Okay? Now there's one other thing we have, that we eliminate the Trinity in the cards. Eliminate the Jack, Queen, King. Because according to what I understand and what I've heard before, is it God, Son, and the Holy Ghost? So those are Jack, Queen, King. So remove it from the cards, from the spade, the club, the diamond, and the heart. We end up with 40 cards left over. Now what happens to these 40 cards is, okay, we have the 10 card, which counts for renewal or rebirth. Okay, so we end up with 36 cards left over, like on the roulette table. Now if you add up in each suit, the 9 cards left over is for the 9 birth of each suit. Okay, we end up with 45 each. 45 and 45 is 90, and 45 and 45 is 90, a total of 180. You see, in tennis, we only went to 40-40, but now that everything is finished here, okay, and the game ends at 180 degrees. Now we add it. Total 180 degrees, we go up. Okay? I'm not reading it to you exactly the way it is, but on 40-40, okay, what 40-40 explains is 1600. But 1600, remove the alpha omega of the zeros, you end up with 1 spirit of man, and 1 spirit of man, 6, equals 7. Therefore, man becomes the God of the earth, and he's allowed into heaven. It's just an expression that he's allowed into heaven because he becomes just like God, and God's in heaven. Now we're going to go on and we're going to show you how it works, the angles, okay? Don't forget angle, angel, switch around the L and the E, okay? And this is what happens on the clock. Can you see it? It looks like an X, it looks like a V. Well, the X is the X-man and the V is man. Now what happens is when we put the first angle, okay, we get 12 o'clock and 3 o'clock. When we put the next angle, we get 9 o'clock and 6 o'clock. You see, 12 o'clock and 3 o'clock is 1 spirit, 2 beta, which is the reverse side of God, because women create, so we have to look at it that way. Although the Queen and the King are exactly the same in heaven. That's why it's the Holy Ghost, I guess. Okay, what happens is we get those 2, and then we get the 3. So 1 is alpha, 2 is beta, and 3 is creator of beta, or 3 is also used for command of alpha. Therefore, we get a 45-degree angle. Okay. Then on the other side, on the reverse side, in order to make it back up, on the other 45-degree angle, you see the 9 and the 6? The 9 and the 6 are 6 man, the 9 is the birth. Anyways, now we're going to revert it to, we're going to add them up because I went and did them the other way now. I went 12 and 9 is 21, which totals alpha beta. And then we have 3 creator, the creation of man, 3 and 6. Together we have 30, which makes the day of man. Why 30? Because day in 30, D-A-Y, adds up to 30. So that's the day of man. And why do we add it that way, the day? Because the Trinity Now we go up. We become the third one. 1 plus 2 plus 3 equals 6. Now man goes up. Jehovah. Jehovah, in French, it means I go up. Okay? So if everybody's got all these religions, they're all just a little bit of a tool to understand a little bit more. Therefore, we have the V for life that we put together. And what I'm going to try and show you is Roman numerals. Okay? L in Roman numerals is 50. Thus, it's the golden age. Thus, the L is the angle. Okay? We needed 2 angles to get to 180 degrees to go up. Thus, we look on the... Okay, never go blah, 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 blah. Okay? Anyways, now I'm going to show you what it looks like for the other side. 40, you see the XL? Well, it's supposed to be LX, which means 40 in Roman numerals. Now, if you looked at that clock, the X and the L are there, the X and the L are there, that means 40. That's why we're looking for 40, because that's the way back up in Roman numerals. Now, if you put it back together, okay, look what we got. LV, Las Vegas, 55, L50, V5, 55. Spirit meets man in the center of the clock of the 5 position, and they go up into heaven together. Therefore, you have Las Vegas. As the last man on earth could not find the heavens, well, it's Freedom 55 and explained it's Las Vegas. I'm going to get to the final page, okay? I know I'm going rather quickly. I don't want to lose my space. I know you might not understand 100%. Because I didn't write it down exactly. This has to be basically sit-down, material. So what we also have is the V. Okay, the first V on the right side says 57. Okay, going down. Okay, which means angel spirit and man spirit. On the other side, we got the V going up, which is 1105. 1105 is 11. Which means man and angel spirit. Of angel spirit would be, the clock would be 1105. Okay? Now if we look on the other side, okay, you see it says 8:30. Well, in all actuality, when it is 8:30, what it means is heaven for man. But when it's 8:30, the 8 is between the 9 and the 8, okay, and the 30, because that's a rebirth. Okay? You're reborn, okay, to go up into heaven. So actually the clock might be going backwards as the 8 has to grab the line. I'm going to try and figure it out. I know I did this really quick. Thus the small hand would be on the 6, thus reflecting man 6, of 9 rebirth, in heaven of 8 and 9. Heaven is 8 and the 9 is the birth. Now what happens is we have the Y letter I'm going to show you. And the Y letter and yellow, it's a difficult explanation, but you see with the Y, we meet at the decimal point, the point in the middle of the clock, the spirit, angel, and the man angel. Look, I'm going to show you. See it says 7-5 there? Well, that would be 1 plus 6 would be spirit of man, 1 plus 6, and the 5, which would be spirit angel. If you look at the Y in the center of the V, they meet at that center spot, which is the 5 angel spot. They transform into 1 as they go up as 1 into the heavens, and now you have 1. We're now up. Okay? Now, like I showed you, in the Hebrew calendar, we have 5775. And that reflects exactly what's going on in this scenario here. We have the answers. Do we have the proper questions? Do we have someone who's going to explain it properly? I know I'm not exact. Another thing I want to show you, okay, is in the LV. Where is it? Am I back up here? You see that Warner Brothers sign? LV? It's Warner Brothers, okay? Warner Brothers, okay, the W is 23, the B is 2, it equals to 25, which is beta, okay? An angel spirit which made up man, as 0.25 is 1/4 of the suits, okay? Thus becomes spirit of man, okay, and we're allowed up into the heavens because we have gained on the spirit. Now in the bottom, L equals 12 in the letters, V equals 22, 12 is alpha beta, okay, V22 is light. We put them together, we got 34, 3 and 4 is 7, which is spirit of man, or 3 is creator of the angels. So it all ends up at the end when we go back